All right, so hi Velpies, welcome to After Five, the Velp Vodcast. So if you notice that the after five is a V because V stands for Velp and five after five because our shift usually ends at five, so that's why it's after five, the Velp podcast. So I am your host, Sir Clinton, but for this work conversation, you still call me Sir Clinton. All right. So this vodcast will feature different Velpies in their natural or after work habitat. So it's sort of like a nice hangout after working hours. So our guest for today has been working with Velp since 2021. She's been with us for almost 3 years now. One of the reasons why we have her right now is here in the podcast is because, well, one is I've already met her last year in May during our conference. And another reason is she actually had a sort of like a viral or like a trending video on TikTok where she was asked
Really?
about Velp. Yeah, I remember here. So give it up for Ms Soleng.
Wow!
Yeah. All right. So hi, Ms Soleng. How are you?
Hi, Sir Clinton. I'm okay. Thank you for
All
having
right.
me.
Of course. Yeah, so it's always nice to have you. I remember in our conference you were in the platform dancing. Yeah. And
You're
I
full.
wish to see that again on July.
Yeah, I'm so excited to see you guys again.
Yeah, I'm
Have
excited to
another
see as
weekend.
well. Oh yeah. Yeah, all right. Anyway, so let's talk about your life here with Velp. So I have a couple of questions. So that's the A to Z interview. So I have 26 questions, each question starting with with one letter of the alphabet. So are you ready?
Yes. Okay.
All right. So the first question is activity. Have you joined any VELP activity, and can you tell us more about that?
Yes. I think one of the activities we joined was when we had the caroling last
Mm-hmm.
for the Christmas 2023.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think we filmed 3 times. We tried 3 times. We tried recruiting people because if I remember it correctly, it was at least five, but then there was only three of us. And then we can't get it right. Get it right. So I don't know if we ended up submitting that, but because of the conflict of schedule, it was hard, but we really tried. We had props and everything. I think I was wearing the same
Yeah,
sweater.
I think I remember seeing your video, so you must have submitted that
Oh,
video.
I think okay, we just did not win. So we
Yeah, maybe
submitted, we
that's
just didn't make it.
all right. That's fine. There's more activities in the future, and you
Yeah.
also joined the conference last May, right? Tell us more about
Yes.
that.
Yes, the conference. Oh my God, the first ever. I was so excited because we were all just came out of pandemic and we're all just excited to meet each other. And
Mhm,
was so fortunate because it was here in Cebu. So it really gave
mhm.
me the chance to join because I just gave birth. So I
Oh,
cannot, yeah, I cannot. I think my baby was like 3 or 4 months old, but you
mhm.
couldn't tell because I was already partying.
I know. You're
I
already
was
in party
roaming
mode.
around. I was so excited just to meet another human, because
Mhm,
when I was working before Velp, I used to work in a corporate job, and of course we're in an office setting, so you have office mates every day. So it was so
mhm,
different. I was just looking forward since it was announced. I was just
mhm.
keep looking forward for that day. So I'm yeah, I'm also excited for this year to come. I hope there will be more, Velpies who will be joining, especially more of admins. I hope we can see
I
more of
know.
Velp admins, right?
Oh, definitely. Hopefully, everyone will be there. The same ones who were in Cebu will definitely be in
Be there.
Manila. The next one, yeah, for sure.
Okay, that's nice.
All right, so let's go to the next one, to letter B. What is their biggest achievement ever since you started in Velp?
Um, I think it's very obvious. I think one of the reasons why a lot of people would like to change career and jump into work from home job is the pay.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really the pay is really a big advantage. And so with that I was really able to save and live very comfortably. Now I have not just one but two cars.
Wow.
Even if I work from home, but
I
yeah,
know.
but the one no, but the other one is for personal use and the other one is for rental. So we put up for
Mhm.
Grab.
Oh,
Yes.
nice. That's a great
Yeah, so
business.
at least yeah, there's a return of income, and then the other one is for you. So and I would you imagine just 2 3 years ago I have nothing to my name, and now I'm just thinking of what properties to acquire because we can afford.
Great, great. Snap, snap to you. All right. That's good. Let's go to C. So congratulations on both of your cars, by the way, but our C doesn't
Thank you
stand for
very
car.
much.
It stands for client. So, can you tell us
Okay.
briefly about your client? No specific needed. Just tell us about the
Mhm.
your client, like the specialty, the state, and what else you want to show. You tell us about your client.
My current client right now, um, well, actually, to be fair, let me talk about all of my clients.
Go ahead.
So the first client I had was in a mental health facility. They were located in New York. I think I was with
Mhm.
them for almost a year. And then the next one is an imaging facility in Florida. I was with them for more than a year. And unfortunately, I thought I'm gonna spend I will retire, but they were unfortunately bought out, and then things happened. We had to be let go. And then my third client right now is a vision care ophthalmologist
Mhm.
in California. And my doctor is very good looking.
Magagawa, laging natutulala.
It helps. It does help
Yes, especially that we have monthly. Wait, no, we have weekly meetings, so it's something that you kind of look
to look
forward.
forward to.
So
Definitely, it would also help me if I were there.
I
So
will send
speaking
you a
about,
picture.
oh, that's good. Do that. Anyway, so speaking about good-looking clients and staying up during your shift, let's
Mhm.
talk about the drinks. All right. So, what is your usual choice of beverage during working hours?
Right now, my obsession with is really with Spanish latte. I'm
Mm.
also very fortunate because where I live, there's a close by cafe. Sometimes I just walk, and sometimes I grab. If
Mhm.
it's so close, like I wouldn't even pay up to 20 pesos for the delivery because it's that close. So yeah, every night,
And
sometimes
they're
twice.
open at night.
No, so I buy two every
Mm.
day. So when I wake up, I drink one, and then later in the evening. So I just the other cup I keep it
All
and I
right.
microwave it there.
So save. Yeah. All right. That's
Yeah.
good though that you have a storage for that. Now let's go to E. So easiest topic during training. What if you remember your training from 2 years, 3 years
Actually,
ago?
I feel like my training has been so long ago, and it
Mhm.
was with Miss A.
Right,
And
that's great.
yeah, so I was very fortunate. So the only thing I remember from training is that I was wearing my white scrub suit because I was
Hmm.
working from a hospital that time.
Do you remember what the topics were, or what was the one topic that you found really easy?
Healthcare insurance,
Mhm.
because I had a little background because it's what I did before when I mentioned earlier that I work in a corporate job. So yeah, I did have work BPO for a while. So it was for a US health insurance. So
Mhm.
that's what I was already familiar acquainted with. So it was kind of just easy to relate or
All right.
understand.
Okay. Now let's go to F. So, what do you do on your free time? So free time.
Sleep.
All right. No explanation needed.
Yeah, just sleep.
Okay, let's go to G then. So G, gags. Tell me about, do you have any funny stories while working with Velp?
Um, Funny story. The thing that would come up in my, like, at the top of my head that would I would remember is that not a particular work, because it's very
Mm-hmm,
there's very minimal interaction at
mm-hmm,
work,
mm-hmm.
but the guess I don't even know if it's I can mention it. Just edit it out.
All
Okay.
right, go ahead. We can edit it out.
I remember during conference, Rafi, he's so cute.
Ah, yeah. So Sir
And
Rafi.
but me, I was so silent, but like the girls beside me, it's just funny from where I
Yeah,
was
I
from
remember.
where I was sitting, and then he started singing. Oh my god, everybody
Mm-hmm.
just melted. Like, wala. I, I don't have them anymore. They're gone.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's gonna sing again this July.
Ah,
Well, I will let him sing in July.
I will let my
All right.
girlies know.
All right. So let's go to H. So health, because we are in a work from home setup. So what do you do to stay healthy?
I have a stand goal.
Oh, wow.
Like, yeah, I have a smart watch with me,
Mm-hmm.
and it reminds
And
me
it has
every
rings.
hour.
Mm-hmm. To
Huh?
stand up. It has
Yeah,
rings,
it
right?
reminds me, yeah, every hour to stand up at least 2 minutes, and then
Mm-hmm.
stretch, just so
Yeah.
to drive all the when you're starting to get sleepy and the
Mm-hmm. And
coffee's
yeah,
not helping anymore.
it decreases the back pain as well.
Yeah, oh my God, that's very
Yeah.
true. Because sometimes when
Yes.
you're so buried with work, you really
Mm-hmm.
forget like the time is going. So it really helps that you have a reminder,
Yeah, that's
something
true.
to
That's so true.
nudge you and hey, stand up. So that's just it, at least 6 hours
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
for
true.
that, but that's for the
Anyway,
entire day already.
yeah, so let's go with I. So just yes or no. Just tell me a yes or no. I is increase. So have you gotten any pay increases so far?
I've waited for this, and it's a yes.
Oh, good
Yeah,
job. Congratulations. All
just
right, good
happy
job.
and
All right, good
thankful and
job. So
grateful.
having gotten that increase, I'm sure you are able to juggle work and life pretty well then. So let's talk about Jay. So let's juggle. So how do you
Mhm,
juggle your time with your work, your family? You mentioned that you have a new baby and
yeah.
you have a new business, your Grab
Mhm.
business. So can you tell us how you juggle those things?
Um, it's not that it's actually not difficult. Maybe before when I was new, it
Mm-hmm.
was a struggle, but really it just boils up to time management. You know, also compartmentalizing. Like if this is the time for work, this is the time for work. If this is your time for sleep, like we have a routine actually. We have a routine and we have time for everything. So if one one routine is not followed, or then it would pretty much break the whole week. But then as much as possible we try to stay to our schedule and to our routine, so it's pretty much easy. And with our car business, it's not me that is directly handling it, so I'm just working at night and then mommy in the morning.
Oh, that's
So
cute.
yeah.
How old is your baby now? Two.
She's
One.
one.
Oh,
She's 15 months old.
that's cute. So she must be
Yeah.
talking a lot now.
She actually just like just baby talk.
All right, that's cute though. So speaking of kids, how about you when you were a kid? What did you want to be when you grow up? When you were a kid?
Oh my God, I remember it so well because I came from a very small town. I'm actually from originally from Bohol. I came from a
Mm-hmm.
small town where everyone knows everybody and everywhere you see is just
Mm-hmm.
rice fields. So every day, the only thing that would fascinate me when I was a kid is if I see an airplane in the sky.
Okay.
Yeah, and I've always wondered where they're going or what are they. And then I remember asking around from my neighbors, from our elders, and then I don't know if they didn't know or they just wouldn't tell me. But then later in high school, I learned high school, really that late. But later in life, I learned that it's an airplane and that
Mm-hmm.
you can actually be there either as a passenger or you can work as a
Mm-hmm.
flight attendant. And then ever since, that's what I really hoped for or like
FA.
dreamed for, yeah, myself as an FA. But then fortunately it's a very stiff industry. you know i didn't
It
I
is.
didn't back then it's just difficult. You have to be perfect to be an FA. But now
I
I think they're
know.
more lenient. They're more lenient now, but then
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
age is not it's over the age limit.
The limit. Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
remember back then also that I wanted to check on how to be a flight attendant, but they check everything like the teeth, the hair, the height, the skin. So yeah, back then it was pretty hard. So I do understand that. But now you're here with us here in Velp. So can you tell us more about your L life here with Velp? How is it?
Well, it's very calm. It's very secure. If I can see, yeah, it's very, because even if I've changed from one client to the other, I've had three clients, yes, I think. But since 2021, I've never had a pay week that I did not receive.
Mm,
Even if, like, yeah, if we would lose the client this week, like next week, I would have another client right away. So
oh yeah.
at first when it happened, I was like, oh my God, I don't know what's
Hmm.
gonna happen. Like, because you hear stories like
Hmm.
it would be
Yeah,
difficult. Like
yeah.
once you lose a client, like it would be difficult. But then I can't say for others though, but
Hmm.
just for me, I'm just really grateful and blessed that um every time I would need a client, there's always a client waiting for me. So it wasn't,
The
it's
next one, yeah.
very,
I remember when there was a time. Sorry,
yeah,
go ahead.
yeah. No, no, no. Yeah, I think, yeah, that one, the unexpected one that happened with our last
Mhm,
client. And especially we were big groups. So you're like,
mhm.
oh my God, is there gonna be enough?
I
But then
know.
I wasn't,
Mhm,
and then I remember, I think I spoke with Miss A briefly, and then I told her the worries that the people are saying, and then I'm like, I'm just so chill. I trusted in Valp, I trust in the Lord, and
mhm.
then the Lord and Valp delivered. And we're in good
All
hands.
right, that's good then. Yeah, that's good then, because right now we're gonna talk about M, the management. So, how is the management or the admin team of Velp? So, feel free to talk about your trainer, because I wasn't the one training you. Talk about the whole admin team of Velp. So, how has it been with them?
Well, yeah, okay. So I have a list here with what?
Hmm. Oh, go ahead.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding. No. Um, Valp management, actually, just one word that comes to mind. Their family. Um,
Aw.
yes. Back in my time, I don't know. Now I think maybe there are stages, but since then, my only point person for everything is Miss A. So
It's Miss A.
Miss
Yeah.
A is my management. Miss A is my manager,
Uh-huh.
my
Yeah.
road manager. So
Mhm.
everything, every concern that I have, even if it would go to HR, this should go
Mhm.
to this department. I
Mhm.
go to Miss A directly because that's what I'm accustomed to. Like since then, she's the only person that I've ever spoke with anything. And then she's helped us. I mean, she helped me out with with all of my concerns. So, Miss A, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Miss A. And yeah, well, because she's also the COO, so she heads the operations. So she's actually the one looking after the Velp, the
The
VAs. So
Velpies.
yeah,
Uh,
the Velpies. There you go. So now let's proceed to N. So what's the biggest news, happy news that you've reached so far this past year? So any happy news?
it has to be my increase because when it comes,
Mm-hmm,
it's not really like you're expecting it, especially
mm-hmm,
because it's an increase in this industry. It's not common. I feel like, oh, they love me and I love them.
Oh,
It's
of course,
mutual.
definitely. I mean, you've shown us great work so far, so of course we're gonna appreciate that. Now, what is one thing you can say about being an MVA?
One thing I can say about being an MVA is the best thing I think that would happen in
Mhm,
my work career.
mhm,
Like I don't see myself as anything. I mean, I tried working as a staff nurse. I tried working in the BPO, but then you know, you're always when I was there doing other jobs, you're always thinking and seeking for something like
mhm,
I don't think I'm for this. I don't think.
mhm,
And then you're always looking out for opportunities like or maybe thinking about going abroad. Ever
mhm,
since I found this job, I found Velp. I've never thought about going abroad. I mean, for for greener
For travel, for
pastures.
leisure. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for green. When people say they have to go abroad because there's
To
better
work.
pay. I mean,
Yeah.
we're
Hmm.
already earning dollars here in the Philippines.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And I think because one of the reasons when you're on site working or like I mean no offense to those who are working in corporate jobs or in hospitals or in clinics. I think one of the reasons is because we spend so much time in that environment, in that physical environment, that it gets to define us. Like for example,
Mhm.
if you work as a staff nurse or if you work as a hospital nurse, because you spend so much time in the hospital that you feel like you are a hospital nurse as opposed to when you are working at home, your work doesn't define you at all because yes, I am an MVA, but I'm also a business owner. I'm also a mom. I'm also because you're able to do these things. So I think that's also one of the things that helps us not be defined by our work through work from home. Uh,
Yes. Oh my God, that's very true. Yeah. So
yeah.
it's really the best thing,
Yeah,
best thing
that's good though.
ever.
So let's talk about P because especially of course when you're working from home, we do have problems like for example, power interruptions, internet connection issues. So let's talk about the P power interruption. What do you do when you face power interruption?
Fortunately, I don't think the only time I think I've ever encountered that had a problem with electricity was during Odette because Cebu was very greatly
Okay.
affected with
Yeah, yeah.
that. So yeah, I think that was the only time. But apart from that, um, it's always announced, and if it happens, it's during the daytime, and if there's power cut off, I mean power interruption, it would be just for a very brief
Short.
time. And
Mhm.
even if it happens, like there's a lot of nearby cafe, we can just because
Yeah, that's true. And you have a new
it's just
car
not.
to go to. You have a new car to bring you to
Yeah,
the
we
cafe.
have the means to go. No, because if you come to think of it, even if like let's say maybe there was a power interruption, I just could not recall because the moment there's an interruption, we would pack up and transfer because imagine
Yeah.
losing this amount of money
Hmm.
per hour because if you don't work, we don't get paid. So, you know, just,
Yeah, that's true.
we have the means to work, so we
Hmm.
find ways.
Hmm. Yeah, so going back to my introduction of you, so one of the reasons why I specifically chose you for this episode is actually because I remember seeing one of your videos on TikTok,
Mhm.
wherein people were asking you regarding your work as a VA. So let's go to Q questions or question
Mhm.
that people always ask you about your work or about Velp.
Oh my God, the very famous question is what is the exam like? And then second is how long will they hear from Velp if they pass? And that's it basically. Like, what are the topics of the exam and what will it cover? And then how long will they know if
Mm-hmm.
they made it or not? So those are, because yeah, I remember I actually messaged Miss A. I don't know. You know what? I forgot what video. What video was that made people? I kept receiving a lot of messages on TikTok asking me for tips
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, for the exam. I asked Miss A though. I asked Miss A all
Mm-hmm.
the questions, the most commonly asked questions, and then she responded, of course, because she's very, very nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then yeah, that's it. People are very concerned about what's in the exam.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember for one of the training batches I handled, um, they were shocked to see how little of them there were, because during the exam I think there were hundreds of them, but during training I think there are only 15. So yeah, they were actually shocked that only a
Oh
few
my
passed.
God, really?
Mhm. Anyway, going to R, so you mentioned Odette, you mentioned if there were power interruptions, you'd go to a nearby cafe. So let's talk about our resilience. So how do you deal with challenges? So it can be outside work.
Mm-hmm. Um, pray.
That's good.
Prayer.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm
So
just
let's leave it at that. So
yeah.
prayer, that's so helpful. Let's talk about skills. So S, skills. What skills do you have that can help you? Maybe let's talk about skills that help you as a VA.
Me, you know what? I really would say, would also like, I think, to take this opportunity.
Go ahead.
No, because what really happened was I didn't even like I because Velp was the first agency or the
Mhm.
VA, you know, because oh my God, I couldn't even I don't even know what to say first. No, but it's like coming from a BPO industry, which is very different, and then you would jump into a um work from home, a purely remote job. And then at that time, it was just back then in 2021 when everyone was looking for a work from home job. It was like shoot to the moon. It was almost close to impossible because
Mhm.
people were getting laid off. And
Mhm.
you wouldn't think that there's a hiring out there. And it was a very lucky encounter because I saw it in Facebook and
Mhm.
it wasn't even a new post. So I joined one of the Facebook pages for remote jobs Philippines, I think. And then I saw Miss Tina's post there, and I remember it wasn't even new. It was like some days old. So you would
Mhm.
think that it's already closed, and there were already hundreds of comments, asking where to send, and or
Mhm.
commenting saying email sent, email sent. So I just tried
Mhm.
my luck, and then I sent, and then you know what, Sir Clinton, I remember my resume. It was very outdated because the resume now is like Canva templated,
Uh-huh.
like
Yeah,
with
yeah. Uh-huh.
my resume back then, it was very traditional. Three
Microsoft
papers with
Word.
all, and then
Yeah.
I was so grateful and like really, really happy. That was a very, very lucky and happy encounter because they took chance on me. I think the
Mhm.
only advantage I had at that time is because I was a nurse. I don't know. So maybe,
Mhm.
and I had a little background in US healthcare, but it's entirely a very, very, very different thing. And it was very supportive. They were there every step of the way. So every question that I need, or like if I need something, I would just ask them and then they would help me. And then I also taught myself, research, also YouTube. There's a lot of really materials available in YouTube. So and then there eventually you will learn. So it's just that, someone who would believe and take chance on you. Because
Mhm.
it's very,
Yeah.
especially right now, it's very saturated. The VA industry is very saturated. If I would have to start again, I don't even know if I could get in. Like the process that
Mhm.
Velp has now, I don't even know if I could make it.
I'm sure
Like
you
it's
will. I'm
that.
sure you will. All right, so let's go to T. So tasks. Just give me 3 tasks you do right now with your client.
So my niche is I'm a medical biller. So
Mm-hmm.
the top 3 things that I do, not just with my client right now, but from all of my clients from before is
Mm-hmm.
insurance verification, and then
Mm-hmm.
posting payments, and then the
Mm-hmm.
most, I would say, challenging one is the processing of denials. So
Oh
it's
yeah.
all about money, 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 money. So you can't,
Mm-hmm.
you know, you can't be wrong. You have to be accurate.
Yeah, so speaking of money, 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 I think I know what you're gonna answer with you. So we're talking about you unlimited. So if you can have something that's gonna be unlimited or that's unlimited, what would you like it to be?
For me or for everyone?
For you, I
Personal.
guess it's for you. Yeah, personal.
I would like to have, as corny as it sound, but I would like to have unlimited love.
Oh, that's so good.
I know the
So
very
love.
tempting thing to say is unlimited money, but
Mhm.
I don't
It's
want to
not.
be crazy. Yeah, I don't like, I would talk to my husband. I'm saying, I don't want to be crazy rich. I just want to be
Mhm.
comfortable. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
so helpful
comfortable is
too.
okay.
Yeah,
You don't
to
have
be
to have
comfortable.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah, and
And
and having savings right now is actually a luxury in
yeah.
this
And
economy.
no, going to grocery without having to, especially when you have a kid and they just put
Oh yeah,
whatever
yeah.
in
They
the
just
cart, and then you don't have to. Yeah, but then sometimes you have to control. But then
yeah.
the fact that you don't worry that you can't afford, like, "Oh, how much is that? How much is that?" Like, you
Mm-hmm.
just,
Mm-hmm.
oh, you want that? Okay, that's your reward.
Yeah.
That's, just the peace of mind that really comes with it, and the
Yeah, then
security.
unlimited love. That's unlimited love. I mean,
Limited love.
giving your child what they need, what they want, not only
Mhm.
what they need. Yeah, that's unlimited love. So now let's go to V. So of course, V is about Velp. So what can you say about Velp or your experience as a Velpie? So generally, just like 1 sentence or 2 sentences about it.
My experience as a Valpy,
Mm-hmm.
um, it's it's been really, how do I say this? Um, there's a collaboration. The
Mm-hmm.
management is not nonchalant. I don't know why the word is very, very popular right now,
It's
but
such a Gen Z term right now. Yeah.
the nonchalant, okay.
Uh-huh.
But there's because my husband, if I can mention, is in the same industry, and how
Mm-hmm.
they're handled is very, very different, and is he's actually very, very jealous of how we're being taken care of, and how we have support, and how he thinks, and also I know, and I see, and I feel that we're
Mm-hmm.
being included with everything. And um also the fact, I don't know if maybe we can just blip the term, because I know some agencies are very kiss ass with client, like they
Mm-hmm.
don't
Yeah.
care if they don't care
Mm-hmm.
if their agents are dying and
Mm-hmm.
not well, as long as because they can't stand up for their agents. Is one thing that I really admire with Velp, how they take care of their agents. So
I
there's a
think
lot
the
of love.
answer there is unlimited love.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of love.
Yeah, hearts. All right. So,
There's a lot
all
of
right.
love
So,
here.
speaking of unlimited love, what is your wish, or like what is your wish right now for not only for your work in Velp, but wish in life?
Um, Earlier when we were running through the questions, what was in my mind, my wish was to have a house, to own, to because we're
Oh.
renting,
Mm-hmm.
because we're renting. But let me be selfless. I wish that all of the aspirant developers that are applying in Valp right now would
Mm-hmm.
get it, and we'll have their clients soon. So we can all experience the joy and the fun of being here, because
Oh.
this is where we all should be.
All right, so Miss Soleng, talking to you and even meeting you last May, you're always one of the hype people. So you always hype people up. You always answer to questions on social media about Velp and about being a VA. So what keeps you going? So let's talk about your why. So what your biggest why, or what keeps you going, or who keeps you
Family, of
going?
course. Yeah, family, of course, is the obvious
Mhm.
answer. But let's go to the not obvious answer. I have a lot of travel goals. Like I
All right.
said, after a year, as soon as my kid would start walking, and I
Mm-hmm.
could have the as a mom, because also one of the luxuries as a mom is being able to leave the house, you know,
Mm-hmm.
for some days. So I have that's what's keeping me going, my travel plans.
Traveling, yeah. So, what are three countries or three places here in the Philippines or outside the Philippines that you wish to go to soon?
This year, I'm actually traveling, might be very, very soon. You
Mhm.
will you will hear a live from me, or maybe not, because it just close. So the very first travel I will do is I'm gonna go to Malaysia. And
Oh,
then
nice.
yeah, Siargao, and hopefully we can insert Bali towards the end of the year,
Mhm.
during Thanksgiving, because that's a
Oh.
long weekend.
Mhm.
I've always
Mhm.
wanted to travel every long weekend because everybody just disappears on long weekends. I'm like,
I
let me
know.
do that. Let me experience.
Yeah, those are all great places. Malaysia, Siargao, and Bali. So yes, those
Have you
are all
been
great. I've been to Siargao and Bali. So I was in Siargao for 4 months, I think, last
4 months?
2022. Yeah, and then I was in Bali for a month last
And
year.
you work
So
there?
I work, yeah, I work. I also I do trainings. I still do trainings in Velp while I travel. So yeah.
Well, you were
Um,
in. Yeah, I was thinking that too, because the time difference is like, I mean, we have the same time, so I don't think I need to go and leave. Maybe just during the travel day, or I can travel during the week.
mhm,
Actually, it's not final yet, but it's
yeah.
gonna happen.
Yeah, you don't have to go on leave at all. I mean, in my experience, but I mean, it might be different for you depending on your especially since you have a kid.
Itinerary.
All right, so
Yeah.
let's talk about Z. So Zoom reveal on how you were during training or how you are right now. So what do you usually wear during training or during work or right now? What are you wearing?
Actually, what I wear, towel. I have a robe.
Uh-huh.
This is
So
very
professional
pretend.
up,
Yeah. This is
professional
very
up.
pretend,
Uh-huh.
especially because I'm back office. I have very
Uh-huh.
minimal. I don't interact with patients at all, and
Mhm.
I'm
Mhm.
more on the admin side of my clients. So sometimes, every Tuesday I wear something. Every Tuesday I wear
Mhm.
something decent, but most times I'm just in my robe. I'm
All
hidden.
right. You mentioned Tuesday, you wear very decent. Is that because that's when your staff meetings with a good-looking doctor is?
Meetings, yes. And then I have
All
to
right.
put on a little, just pretend that I look decent because it's
Yeah,
camera
so yeah.
on.
Yeah, so that's good.
So
That's good motivation. And it was really nice having you, Miss Soleng. So thank you for showing us your unlimited love, your happiness, and you're being a hype person. So thank you for sharing your insights with us and for spending time with me today. This has been a very wonderful hangout with you. And
yeah,
I'm not sure where we're gonna post this though. I think YouTube or some other channel, but whatever platform that is, please hit like and subscribe. Again, this
and
is
share.
your host, Sir Clinton, and join me again next time after 5.
Yay! Thank you.